counterweights. I did the guys with the boom. Well, I have no idea what this guy wants. Like the guy in a white pickup truck, right? Just went forward and stopped there. So I have no idea what he wants me to park next to those counterweight guides. So he wants me to stop here. For now, I just need to send a message to the broker. Arrived at consignee. And then we can go ask them and see what they want me, and then I can start taking the chains off. But what's funny is that, you see, I knew it. The guys with the tracks are not here. And so they can start unloading those guys. But mine is the main piece. But I need those 2 trucks, no, 3 trucks, right? Okay, let me go ask those guys. Usually big bosses, they have white hats. See, they're walking towards us. Alright. Let's go play. Don't take the chains off yet because they don't know where exactly I'll be unloading, and they don't want this thing to slide, right? But I got what, like 6 chains on it. Shouldn't take too long. But I said, can I start taking flags and signs off? And he says yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Well, looks like, you know, my luck has changed. I thought I was unloading first, but for some reason they decided to unload all these guys with counterweights. Whereas over there they had to wait, right? The shipper loaded the heavy parts first. I'm not sure if my face is too big in the picture. My apologies, but I had to switch to linear mode, L, on the GoPro. And you can see these guys, so that's what they're doing now. They've been parked over there, so now they're crawling behind me, and they're turning around and following this guy. And so this guy helped me out. He has an anterior plate. He has Tridem Combo Transcraft DTL 3000. Actually, that's what I had before myself, except that mine was I think mine was all steel. Yeah, and the rub rail was steel. And the first trip I got the bent rub rail, and trip number 2 I got a hole in the floor. That was such an unlucky trailer. But 3000 means that, if I remember correctly, 3000 means that it has a pretty high capacity. I think it's like 80,000 pounds. In see, that's what they look like, right? All these counterweights. Now this guy is gonna hit me. Maybe not. Like, where the heck are you going? You know? Why you cannot just sit over there? I think I probably should block this little passage, you know? Because people start going in there. Oh, and this guy, he lifted the rear axle. That's pretty cool. He has a Tridem, and I see the last axle is off the ground. Which, by the way, I managed to unhook the rear axle. On this trailer, for some reason, I have to say that machining is very poor. You know, like the finishing of all eyes, like holes, very uneven inside. Like you put your finger inside, you can feel bulges. Like they never machined properly where the pins go, you know. And I always have issues. They stick, you know, like when I try to unhook, I cannot take the pin out, you know. But so this one, I wanted to flip the axle, right? So I pushed the air thing in to drain the air. The left one on the driver's side pin became loose right away. I took it out, but the right one was stuck because probably the ground is a little bit uneven. Yeah, it's a bit tilted this way. And then I reinflated and dropped it again, and this time it just started spinning, so I unhooked that little safety latch, pushed it out, but I still have all my lines connected. Like the axle has no pressure on it because I'm only 51,000 pounds there anyway, but I kept the lines connected because if I disconnect them, the tires will not spin. Like I will be just dragging them. But that's my major concern, was these pins, because I know it can take a long time, and when everybody's in a rush, you know, if I ask them to help me lift it and then I cannot unhook the pins, no, that's not good. And so the pins, the major problem, the pins are out. But I gotta do something, you know. I gotta go to a shop and let them polish all these eyes inside, because it's just ridiculous. Sometimes it takes so long to just disconnect, reconnect. And of course that's why a lot of these guys, you know, that run my glasses are steaming. I'm hot. I'm one hot dude. Because I have this winter jacket and it's like plus 10, 50 F over here. But you can still see snow in the distance, and it's basically phosphate plant, Simplot, and the Rock Springs is somewhere there. And this guy says he slept at the Flying J. It was pretty quiet, and I said, well, I made a mistake of stopping at exit 130, which is actually not my fault because I had to take this exit based on my permit, right? 111. So I couldn't go to Flying J, which is near the Rock Springs, and then come back. That would be a violation of my permit. And this guy, and I said there were trains. There was a railroad line running on the opposite side of the interstate. I don't know if you can see it in the distance, but like for this crane, of course, that 20,000 pound piece, it's like nothing. So all these guys have these. I'm assuming, yeah, it says 10 ton on the back, 10 ton. Maybe it's metric. Maybe it's 22.5. Oh, now I know who's gonna sign my bill. I see a guy over there in a white hat. He's signing the bill of the guy in that blue truck where they just lifted the 2 counterweights. Another one bites the dust. This is my other camera. See, I got this contraption over here. I'm gonna put it on the back. Well, guess what? I managed to unhook the pins right from the last axle. That's already an accomplishment with this trailer. I managed to get the guy to help me, the guy with the zoom boom, and for him it would be super easy because he has he didn't even need my strap. He has, you know, like a big strap, like a crane strap with D-rings, and he hooked them up in the back. So the only issue was I could not unhook the lines. All the lines are seized. Alright, here's the boss is coming. What's the news? So he says, you want us to, basically this guy came over in a white hat, looks like he's the site supervisor. He says, I said, I cannot unhook it. I said, I crawled underneath, I used a bunch of grease, you know, I put a blanket, like from underneath it's even worse. But it's the space in there is so tiny, like it's basically those push-pull rings are stuck, right? You're supposed to push them and then the hose unhooks, right? But I cannot push them. I sprayed them with grease, I knocked on them, but again, there's no space. You cannot even deliver a nice blow, you know? So basically, it has to be some kind of a shop with tools. And I said, well, if I cannot unhook them, I'm gonna put the pins back in. Put one pin back in, the other one doesn't go. and I figured I was low on pressure, so I started the truck and I played with the air in there, you know, off, on, and eventually the left pin, the driver's side pin, went in. So I put the pins back in. But now this guy is saying, if you want, we can try to flip both. And I never tried that, and Fontaine says actually it's okay. He says if you break the pins, we can send you bigger pins. This guy, Rabbi Sahib.
How are you?
You're gonna be in my YouTube video.
Seriously?
Yeah. Why are you a trucker? You like this job?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Fitness?
Healthy.
Yeah. Check my channel. You see that yellow sign?
I take a picture.
Yeah. It's gonna be today on my video.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So you see what they do? What they did? I thought this would go down, but because of course there's a pin, right? This thing, and I asked the kindly gentleman who did this, I said, are you sure, like, does it look okay to you? Sorry, too much wind, too windy. And he says they have the same trailer, and that's how they haul it, because I love it. Now I'm so short, it will be very easy to go into a truck stop, you know. And actually, see what they do here? Turns out you don't even have to disconnect the hoses, you know.